Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to City Skylines Industries. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. Right off the bat, just want to mention that between this episode and the previous, I actually recorded the Everything New in City Skylines Industries video, so from that episode to this one, I'm going to have a little bit more knowledge than I would have had I not recorded that video. Does that make sense? Just wanted to let you know with that. I'm also running another mod. I've got Traffic Manager installed, that being the mod, I'm sure you're familiar with it, but it being the mod that lets me do all of this sort of thing with lane management and say, you know, you can go to this lane from this lane, you can't merge here or whatever. And I've done a little bit of management around here just to see if we can maybe get the traffic moving that little bit better. I'm also realizing that I might want to say that you guys can go to that lane as well, and pretty much all of these. Because my industry, it's going to be having some problems if I have it sort of limited in terms of where it can go from this road. So I think we're just going to let them go kind of wherever we want them to go. I will say my layouts are absolutely not perfect around here. They could probably use a fair bit of work, but I think it's all right. I think it'll do the job. I'm also going to go into my options real quick, because I want to bring the music up to about 40, and I think main volume to about 60. I had that turned down for a live stream a couple of days ago, so just want to make sure that that's in there, because the game gets very quiet sometimes without the music. I'll probably turn it off at some point throughout the Let's Play, but to begin with, I'm kind of okay with it existing. Anyway, between episodes, I've actually done a fair bit of thinking about what I want to do with the new Nerdsy here, and I've realized that this area up here, I really like it, but before we expand it too much further, I kind of want to have some fun with it. I kind of want to get, like, I don't know if I want to do trams or a full metro layout or something like that, but I kind of want to do something so that we have a decent amount of public transport in here. So I'm thinking what we could do is, on a lot of these one-way roads, we could absolutely put trams on those and maybe remove buses from this area completely. Because we do have that as an option. We could go in here and say one-way, two-lane, one-way road with tram tracks and replace all of these guys with it. Because then what we can do is have trams going around this entire area. We could have some dedicated, we could have trams go straight up here on some of the avenues as well. I think I might actually do that. I think we're going to go in, I think we're going to upgrade these roads to have, you know, the 2 lanes on them. And I think we're absolutely going to have some trams running around here, because I don't usually do much with those. And, you know, I could actually go for monorail tracks instead. Just thinking about it. Do we have single lane roads with, let's see. Unfortunately, not a one-way road. That's kind of disappointing that the monorail tracks aren't on one-way roads. But we could do monorails instead, because then we have, if I'm not mistaken, in here somewhere, we... Oh, what's the thing for monorail here? Is this one? We have these right here. No, that's the train hub. We're looking for these, I think, which is the monorail station on an avenue. We could use those. Maybe we'll do monorail somewhere down the line. I think trams are just going to be... I think they're going to be a lot easier, so let's just do those for the time being, and let's just get our tram tracks in here. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to put the trams out on the... possibly like the external part here, or should they go through the middle? Maybe they should go right through the middle. That might make more sense, especially with these roads down here. So let's just get our roads upgraded for tram tracks here. So we're going to have tram tracks there. I think I kind of like the idea of them being able to sort of follow the roundabout. So we'll have them go all the way down here, and we'll have them loop around again. Do we have two-way tram tracks? We absolutely do. Okay. That'll be really useful a little bit later down the line. Let's just have these go the whole way around here, go down there. That's going to be a nightmare junction for trams, but we'll see what happens with it. I'm kind of keen to see how they handle it. And we'll have these come up and around this roundabout as well. And that gives us a few connections. I do want to bring those connections... Oh, I didn't do this bit, did I? I do want to do here as well. but I also want to bring the trams right down in here. So I think what we'll do is sort of some two-way tram tracks like this. There's already a bus stop on that one, which will be, well, that'll be interesting. But then I also want them to come in and around the Colossal Order offices. So something like that. So the trams can go right into the middle of everything. They can go around the roundabouts. They can do their thing and have a good time doing it. And then what we'll do is exactly the same thing here, which is that they're going to come in. They're going to go around these roundabouts the whole way along and around this one, the whole way along and around this one, and the same right here, and then back out to there. So we actually have a couple of different loops that we can use here, which will be beautiful. But that'll be another means for people to just get around and use public transport and do what they need to do. And you know what? I think I might. Let's see. I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of curious to see if I can do a thing here. So trams are these right here. So tram track. Can I do that? Oh, I totally can, but it would go through a fence. No, I don't think I will do that. I think we're probably okay. I was tempted to sort of connect it straight up, and then I'd have to go through that park and straight up through here. Might still do that, though. That might not be a terrible idea, to have the tram, sort of a dedicated tram track, go straight through this neighborhood. It'd be a way to get around, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't think we'll do that yet. I do wonder if I could get a tram track in the middle of those roads. Let's see. If I bulldoze you, I don't think it's gonna let me. Okay, that's fine. We'll not worry too much about it. That's no big deal. We'll manage without tram tracks down there. We are gonna need to figure out somewhere to put the Tram Depot, though. So I actually think I kind of want to build, like, I don't know if I want to build industry on like a beach, but right here would probably be a really good spot, because right here we actually have some ore. So we could build a small industrial area here, give it access to this sort of main road here, which I'm thinking I'm going to turn into a... I think the whole thing's going to be turned into a stretch of highway. I don't think I ever want to build on this. So right up to there, and then the whole way down here as well can just all be highway. So traffic can move a little bit faster on it as well, which will be absolutely beautiful. It will tail back a little bit here, and we are going to lose a couple of buildings there, but this seems okay. This seems like it'll do a reasonable enough job. Hopefully traffic filters through at some point as well, but we'll wait and see what happens there. Actually, is that... No, it's not. I was just making sure that's not a two-way road that I've got there. Yeah, that is absolutely one way. Okay. So we're all right. That traffic will hopefully filter through. We are going to give this... I mean, we have given this space its own bridge over here. So, I mean... We've got all this coming in. Did I do this on camera? I actually don't remember if I did this on camera. In case I didn't, because I did play this a little bit between episodes as well. I gave him the highway entrance up here. I actually don't remember if I recorded that. That's weird. Anyway, point is, I gave him the highway connection at the top of the city there, which is hopefully going to serve oh wow, that cleared out really quickly. Which is hopefully going to do a good job, is what I'm getting at. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's throw some residential zoning into some of this space. We'll go ahead and do... Let's see. I mean, what way have I done it down here? I guess I've done... Let's see. So we've gone for these roads here. I think these are the ones we've done residential on, so I want that to be here. Yeah, so something like that. And I think we just want to go the whole way across. And then we should be able to have some kind of park in there, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not, which is good. Then over here, we want to go 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 fits perfectly. It absolutely does. Okay, so we're just going to copy what we did before, basically. And we're going to have ourselves a decent amount of residential around this space, and then we can do whatever else in the middle. I don't think we're going to do another super high tower or anything like that. And I'm actually thinking I might clear some of the... I might clear all that commercial out at some point, actually, and replace it with industry. and do the, I don't remember what the policy is for it, but the super high-tech industry policy that gives you, really, you know, tall towers and all that stuff. I think that could be quite fun. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's just go ahead and get these roads in here. I think, I can't get one there, so that's okay. I guess, I mean, yeah, I guess the highway came in at the bottom there. I guess I could go across, though. Do something like that for some zoning. Not that I really need to, but I could do it. That is an option. But for the time being, let's just go ahead and get all of our pipes in here. And then we'll go ahead and see if we can get ourselves some ore industry in here, because I'm actually kind of keen to do that. I think getting another export could be really good. And plus, you can turn the ore into all sorts of things. I'm pretty sure there's some steel production you can get going, so we can get some steel mills. We can do all sorts, really. So it's going to be really, really exciting when we get to that. Let's see. So that's all laid out the way I want it to be. Across the middle, I mean, I don't think we need to do anything with the middle yet. We're not doing anything with it in terms of zoning. So let's go ahead and just do residential in there, I guess, and residential there, and it's a bit of a messy layout, isn't it? It is a bit of a messy layout. I wonder if I could somehow fix that. I mean, I can't... Well, I can, actually. Hold on a minute. What if we were to turn these roundabouts into highway roads, right? So they're highway roads, meaning the roundabouts are super, super quick, which might be a bad thing, but we can get some really nice zoning if we do this. So turn those into highway roads. Go ahead and fill up the little spaces that we have around here that have been left over from the zoning. And I mean, again, it looks really neat, which is perfect. And then what we can do is go to transport. We can go to Tram Tracks, and we can say, you know, the trams actually do this kind of thing. Oh, really? Come on. Oh, of all the times to have road anarchy. That's fine. We can do that. It doesn't look as good, but it does the same job. That's annoying. It really doesn't look as good, but that will work. That gives us what we want in terms of the roundabouts, in terms of the zoning. So that keeps things really neat, which I guess we're going to want to do down here as well. So let's just connect the tram tracks through first. So something like that, and the same just over here. And then up here is exactly the same thing. And then we can go ahead and just upgrade these to highways. And that actually that solves a problem that I've had for a little bit with this area. That being that the zoning was a bit weird because of the roundabouts. And that means that trams are actually going to be on the roundabouts a bit less, which is also a good thing as far as I'm concerned. So I'm actually quite happy with that. I think this will be a really good change. So let's just fill all of this up with all of the extra zoning that it's going to want and that it's going to need. Over here, similar story. Oh, auto-saving there. Alrighty. Okay, so fill that in. Fill this in. Clear you out a little bit and just nope. Neaten that up with some commercial right there. And then the same thing up here as well. Just, we'll go ahead and fill every little bit of this in. We actually have some low-density commercial in there. Interesting. Alright. So fill that up. Clear you out. And there we go. Over here is going to need some residential. And then up here, I guess, is going to be offices. Right there and right there. With residential in those corners as well. Alrighty. I think that's everything sorted that we needed sorted. So let's go ahead and just fill all of that space and fill all of that space. And you know what? We'll do these corners as well. Actually, looking at the corner zoning, it's not actually symmetrical, so we'll not touch the corners at all. But we will fill up those spaces, and that does give us some nice even zoning, and that actually makes me really happy. So there we go. Problem solved right there. I'm curious to see how traffic flows when it hits the roundabout then. I mean, it obviously faster, but is it causing problems is kind of the more important question. It actually is backing up from up here. I guess that is going to be the main connection down towards a lot of the workspaces, isn't it? Like, do we even have buses? Yeah, we don't actually have a bus line that goes up there. So what if we were to say that this pink bus line can sort of go up like this and have a couple of stops just sort of at the end of a lot of these roads. So if we move you to there and then have you go to there, that should at least give us a few stops. I guess we probably also want it to come out and around the new area. So have it go... Why is it turning in there? That's very strange. But have it go there. Have it go there. Keep it going up and around, just everything. Then have it go and sort of do the same thing on the other side, so it goes out and around, and then we have one in here as well. Yeah, something like that I think could be decent. It is a bit weird the way it's behaving here though, so maybe just throw you... Oh, wow. So it can't turn left there. Oh, it's because there's a stop here, right? Let's get rid of that stop and just have it go straight down then. I mean, yeah, that cuts some people off from the bus, but that should be all right. We should get a couple of people on that, I would imagine. I mean, 131 passengers? That's... Yeah, that works. That'll work. Hopefully we'll see fewer people using the roads and all that stuff. And I mean, down here is actually going all right. Oh, no, I take that back. It is... It's backing up a bit. It's backing up a bit, but we'll deal with that. Anyway, this area right here, I do want to dive into. I do want to get the industry in here. I do want to get some production going. So what I'm thinking we'll do, we'll go into this road here, tear out some of it, and I want to see if I can do a good roundabout here. Now, roundabouts, they have not had an amazing time with them in this game. Like, I think I mentioned that, you know, I took a bit of time away from City Skylines after the last DLC. I have sort of gotten back into liking roundabouts. So, we're gonna see what happens here with a relatively small roundabout. And I do mean relative. I mean, it's not super small, but it's probably not as big as we're going to want it to be for this kind of road. But, you know, nonetheless, we'll see. Let's do that so I can measure this properly. Let's connect you. Oh, that completely ruined my roundabout there. That's great. Let's just do something like, I think... I don't know. That's kind of messed up my roundabout there. I'm not happy about that. I'm really not happy about that. Let's just build it again. Because, you know, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be... I remember early days City Skylines. The amount of oval roundabouts that I saw were just... Oh. The amount of oval roundabouts that I made was just awful as well, to be fair. But that'll do, I think. Yeah, that should work. We can go ahead and sort of upgrade this to be the road that it needs to be. And then what I want to do is have the road sort of come in like this. Although I'm worried that might mess things up in terms of the shape of the roundabout. So I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Great. Okay. Let's do a bigger roundabout then. Let's do a larger one and see if that'll do it. Alright, so this works. We got a much bigger roundabout. It's got 3 lanes on it and 2 lanes going in either side, and traffic sort of doesn't have a super sharp turn to get on or off of it. So hopefully that will do a decent job. I know that on this side over here, I do want to make sure that I do things right though. So let's just go to this and go to... I think about there should be fine, and I'm going to use an avenue for this because I don't think we need a dedicated highway. I think a bit of avenue should be fine. So if we do that and we go like this, I'm hoping that I can connect some sections of highway really, really easily. So from about there, we're going to go to there, and I think that should be fine. And from about there, we're going to try and do the same thing. Don't know if it's going to let me do the same thing, but we'll find out. Yeah, that doesn't quite work, does it? I mean, I guess... I turn off guidelines, I guess I can go like that. And if I turn off that one, I can go like, I don't know, like that. It's not quite even. Oh, nope, definitely not that. It's not quite even. But I reckon it would do the job. Not quite sure why it's not even, honestly. Let's see, so to there, and then I can't get this where I want it, which is annoying me. Because I want to go from there to that first little tile, but it just won't let me. Let me see. Let's, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. All right? I can't be bothered trying to get this to just line up exactly the way I want it to. I mean, I could just do that, actually. Which kind of has me wondering if I can do the same thing over here. Yeah, no. No. Definitely not. What about just a straight road and a straight... Yeah. That's not quite right. I feel like the roundabout itself looks like it might have gone into a little... Might be a little distorted on the right side. But I'm not gonna rebuild the whole thing. I can't be bothered rebuilding that. Yeah, it's totally distorted on this side. So we'll do that. We'll just do a section of avenue coming off of it. And then over here, I kind of want a mix of things. I kind of almost want to put like the ore stuff in the hills. So let's get our district and let's get it assigned here. And we're going to make this as neat as we can. So just going to paint in something fairly basic. There's actually some ore out in the water as well. Kind of curious about what the game would want me to do with that. But then I'm just going to go boom across the top. I'm going to go like that up the side. Like that. Oh, that didn't work. Like that down the side and that across the bottom. And we suddenly have a really neat district. Although I kind of want it to be bigger, so we're going to have to do that all again. So something like this to just fill up that entire space. Just like that. And straight down. Straight down. Straight across. And straight across. And we have a nice, square, mulberry region. Alright. So that'll work. We can get our industry in here. We're going to need to get the main buildings and all for it. So I think I'm going to try and build just going to build the mining area to start with. Now, there's a lot of mining equipment. There's a lot of stuff we can do with it. We don't have it all unlocked yet. Like the big, large ore mine is level 5. So we're going to have some fairly basic stuff. But that's okay. So let's go ahead and say we want just a 10 unit long strip of road and we want the ore industry main building. And that gives us a small ore mine, sand storage, and ore grinding mill. So we'll do that. We'll get the sand storage and it can go opposite the main building, which seems fair enough. That seems like it'll work out. And then what I want to do is go that way, and then just go sort of behind the building a little bit. So something like that. And I'm wondering what size the small ore mine is. Now it would fit almost perfectly in there. So let's go ahead and do this, this, and this. And let's see, does that fit? It does. All right. That seems a bit weird on a higher plane than the main building, though. That seems a bit strange. So what if we put the main building up here instead? And then put the mine down here. So it's sort of digging out the area a little bit and then moving the sand straight across the road. Nah, I don't like that. I don't know if I like that. I might try and put the mine itself up on top of the hill then. I know it doesn't matter what it looks like, but it kind of matters what it looks like to me. So what if we do, let's say 5 and 5. What distance is this? That's 360. So we want to go to 360, which is there. And then I think we just want to do the same curve. And that'll keep it nice and even. So something like that. And then we can go 20, 20, and like that. I don't like this sort of peak that we have going on, but that, you know, it curves around nicely. It keeps everything nice and even. And the small ore mine can go... It can actually go there. We can actually have it sort of digging out the hill a little bit. Which is kind of neat. I think I prefer that, even though it's a little silly. I wonder if we should maybe just clear these out a little bit and then maybe go in and say, how about we flatten the land slightly? And then smooth it just so it's not quite as sharp up there. Does that look better? That looks a little better. That looks a little safer as well, which is kind of what I want. And I think we'll throw 2 of these in here right beside each other. Yeah, that looks kind of cool, like the tiered thing going on there. Can I get another one? Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see, bring that curve back a little bit. Bring this road over to there. That rises up a bit much. What if we get a larger brush and just sort of smooth this whole area? Just a little bit. Obviously costs a lot of money, but we have a decent amount of money lying around, so we'll do this sort of thing, smooth it out a bit, bring this to there. That's a bit better. And then we'll do the same big curve right to there. All right, so that's going to be our mining area. I like that a lot. I think that's quite nice. We have storage down here. We have the main building here. We also have this right here, which is the ore grinding mill, which will grind ore into metal. And metal is going to be useful for exports or whatever we want. This needs to be placed inside the industrial area. It's a decent sized building, so maybe we could throw 2 of these in. Or maybe we could do something like, let's see, if I go, let's say 15 there. We'll turn off guidelines. We'll go 15 there. We'll go 15 there. And we'll have this sort of go, well, that's not an even curve at all. I'd kind of like that curve to be a little more even. So let's bulldoze you. Let's bring this up to there and something like that. Just a nice little curve. I just like it. I just want it there. Actually, no, I don't. There's a reason I don't want it there, because I won't be able to put a building in that corner if I have it there. So let's do an ore grinding mill right there. We could do another one next to it. I actually don't like that it's cutting away at the terrain. I don't like that at all. Huh. Tell you what if we go in there and sort of try and flatten this area so it looks like it's already been mined out a little bit. So flatten that all out so it looks a little more industrial. Get rid of that and do a nice road. Something like that works. And something like that. So that'll do. And then what we can do is have a road coming in to about 15 units, which is that. We can turn you around and have you on that road and have a second one on the same road. That looks pretty good. I think that'll be better. I know it doesn't matter what it looks like, but I don't want it to just look terrible, you know? I don't want it to just be like really, I don't want the ground just cut away really, really sharp. I know that's quite a steep hill, but I think that looks better. And I can do some decorations around it at some point, but that'll be our ore industry area. And I think I'm actually going to move the sand storage down towards these buildings instead, because the area is a bit flatter. And then we can have some regular industry out here if we really want to, which I do want to.